What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are testing out some high-end makeup. So this is very random, but I just figured I would throw something in there that's a little bit different than what we've been typically doing, because if you're new to my channel then you probably don't know, but my channel is all about affordable beauty. But I do try to throw videos like this in there ever so often just to mix it up a little bit, just so we've got a balance and a variety of content on my channel. Yeah, I've got a ton of stuff in here. I've got some stuff from Influencer. They did send me a really cool high-end box, and I've never gotten a box that had so many good things in it. Usually they just throw in like chips and Twizzlers and deodorants and random hair products and stuff. I never really get products like this that are this like high-key awesome. I got some stuff from Sephora, Sigma, and without further ado, if you guys want to see some high-end stuff in action, and if you want to see my thoughts about it to see if I think it's worth the splurge, worth the hype, all that good stuff, then please keep watching. Why do I start the camera when I'm not even ready yet? Alright guys, so it's time to get started with some high-end makeup. I already got my eyeshadow on, and if you're wondering what's going on, I do have a tutorial coming out. It's a very simple but unique look, good for every day, so that may be up now. If it is, I'll go ahead and post it at the end of this video, so just hold on. Wait to the outro because it's going to be coming right to your screens. So the first thing I have is a moisturizer that I've never heard of before, but apparently it's a pretty popular brand. I think it's a little bit newer though. But this is the Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacier Water Cream. This is $39 on Sephora. I don't know if Sephora is the only place you can find it or not, but I will have everything linked below, so you can go check down there if you're interested in where to purchase everything. So it says an anti-aging glacier water cream that delivers mineral-rich moisture while protecting skin from free radicals. A fusion of ferments, amino acids, and plant extracts help calm skin while boosting vitality and suppleness. So it's just a gel moisturizer, and I love gel moisturizers. I feel like they just absorb so much quicker. So I expected this to be really cold feeling and like, you know, because it's called a glacier moisturizer, but it just feels like a regular gel moisturizer. I feel kind of gypped. So there's what it looks like. It's just a gel moisturizer, nothing really special so far. It's probably one of those things that you don't see a noticeable difference, like unless you use it consistently, and this is only like the first or second time I've used it, so probably not going to see a whole lot of improvement yet. But yeah, there's that one. I'll let you guys know about that. So next thing I have is an eyeliner, and this is actually one that I've had for a while, but I don't think I've ever really shown it on camera before. So this is the Anastasia waterproof cream color in the shade Jet. This is $18 on the Sephora website. It just says an ultra pigmented waterproof color for the eyes that won't crease or smudge. I've had this one for several months now, and I really do like it as an eyeliner. It's very budge proof. It's super jet black, but this dries out extremely fast. Like, I only had it for maybe a month and a half, and the entire top surface was just completely dry. I couldn't even get pigment on my eyeliner brush. So I just took a tissue and just wiped off the very top surface, and then it's all creamy and workable again. Okay, so there's the eyeliner, and hopefully you guys can see how jet black and rich and pigmented it is. I do want to point out that they do say that obviously you do need to tighten the lid really well. Not Anastasia, but just in general with pot eyeliners like this, like gel liners, you do need to really tighten the lid. And also they say if you like sit it upside down, it keeps it more hydrated and like keeps it fresh longer. That's what I've been doing, but it still went bad. But yeah, I do like that product. It's just, it's got some cons to it. So the next thing I have is a new mascara. This was actually sent to me from Hourglass, which is really cool. Hourglass has never sent me PR before, but they randomly sent me the new mascara that they have. So this is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. This is $29. So here's the wand, and I think this is a pretty good shape. It's not too big and clunky, and it's not too small either. So it says, an all-in-one mascara that delivers a look of endless length, intense volume, and sky-high lift for extreme dramatic lashes. It says, smooth, buildable, ultra-black formula creates dramatic but weightless lash looks that don't smudge or flake. But I will say, as far as the packaging goes, this is a very clunky and chunky package. So it is in like a triangular shape, so it's a little bit more three-dimensional than other mascara tubes, but it's very slick. Like, it's not like most mascaras I feel like are rubberized. Like, it has like a rubbery outside texture, you know what I'm trying to say? And when you're holding onto the wand, like, it's just so chunky up here. It's just a very slick tube. There's nothing to really grip onto. Like, there's no texture to it. It kind of slips out of your hand. It's like you can't really get a good grip. It feels so heavy. I would say this probably clocks in at like 3 pounds. It's so freaking heavy. I've already curled my lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and apply 2 very full layers of this, and I'll come back and do the lower lash line later after we've applied face products and stuff. There are 2 really built up layers of the mascara, and this is a very dry formula, so it doesn't really like to build. You can get about 2 layers out of this before it starts clumping. I feel like this clumps to a point where it almost looks like it's about to flake off. I will say this doesn't smear or flake or smudge, or hasn't yet on me, and I have tested this out several different times, but it just looks like it's always on the brink of doing that. So the next thing I have is a Smashbox primer water. So this is one that's been around for a while, and I feel like this kind of started the primer water trend. And I've never really been a big fan of the idea of just spraying a water-like substance onto my skin and let that be my primer. Like, I like the act of actually applying something that kind of forms a barrier on your skin, like between your skin and the foundation and like the makeup products on top. Yeah, this is $32 and I feel like you guys already know what it's supposed to do, but we will go ahead and read what it says anyway. I feel kind of goofy because it's been around for so long, but it says a 3-in-1 face primer and setting spray that hydrates, preps, and refreshes skin. So I actually haven't used this as a setting spray. I've just used it to prime. Okay, so I definitely do feel like a layer. Like, it definitely feels more hydrated. I do feel a tacky base. I do feel it kind of like my skin does feel smoother. So going in with something that I actually just got from MERCARI, and this is a product that I used to love back in high school when I worked at the makeup store that sold Smashbox. This is the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream, and this is in the shade Light Medium. I got it for a really good deal, so I just went ahead and bought it, and I just decided to mix it in with a white foundation mixer, but this is $42. It's a little expensive. It has SPF 35, and they don't have very many shades. The shade selection is bleh. Like, I know this is going to be really, really dark, but we're going to try it anyway. Yep, a beautiful orange color. So I'm using the Catrice Prime and Fine Makeup Transformer Drops in Lightning. So I think that's probably about where I need to be. So let's go ahead and cover up my face. I don't want to see skin. So far, it's just kind of evening everything out. I'm actually going to go in with a brush. Let's go in with the Sigma F80 brush. They did send this to me. Okay, once that first layer's down and it kind of starts drying, it builds up really, really well, especially with a sponge. I definitely wouldn't call it full coverage, wouldn't really call it a high medium. I would say this is a very low medium coverage, but it does look just very nice and natural on the skin. So we'll see how that wears. Next up on the agenda for products that we can't afford. This is the Fenty Matchstick Shimmer Skin Stick in the shade Starstruck. So they call this an Iced Out Pearl. This is $25 on the Sephora website. This is the one that Jennifer Joyce actually sent me in the mystery box. And that everything I put on top of that foundation, that Beauty Bakery foundation, just wasn't going to look right. So I told you guys I'd give you an update, and I figured this would be a really good video to do that in. So there's what it looks like. It's a very icy pink pearly kind of shade, and this usually isn't the kind of shade I go for. I just feel like my complexion is a little bit too warm for this, but when I swatch it, when I feel it, like, it feels very dry to the touch. This is one of those I would be afraid would pull off my foundation when you're applying it because it's so stiff. I'm gonna go in my sponge on the back side of it that has no product and blend that out. So it's not too bad. It's just a little bit too, it just kind of washes me out. It's just too icy. It just looks like a white stripe. Okay, it definitely looks cakey and heavy, and I can see where it started to pull and tug the foundation. Like, there's definitely foundation lift off a little bit, but it's not horrible. It's not like the Beauty Bakery foundation, like what it did that day. I think I can recover it, but it ain't fun. So let's go ahead and let's test out the Smashbox Primer Water once again, because it does say you can use it as a setting spray to fix stuff. So let's just bop, 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 bop to the top. That's all I'm gonna do with that. I'm not even gonna try with it. I'm tired of giving products chance after chance and them just not working. So we're just gonna call it quits. Next thing I have is pretty big. This is the Becca Be a Light face palette. This is $46. This is new. So they have a light to medium shade, which is what I have, and then they have a medium to deep shade. This kind of reminds me of like the Hourglass setup, the way they have like their ambient lighting powders and then blush and bronzer and whatnot. So right here is the blur powder. It says use all over face to blur imperfections and even the complexion. Up here is the blush. Yeah, that's right. Okay, good. And then brightening powder and yeah, okay, so brightening powder, all over face powder, blush, bronzer. And I'm gonna go in with the all over face powder and use this to set my face. Actually, you know what? No, this is the brightening powder right here. I don't really know which one to use because this one's lighter than that one. Okay, let's use this one first, the lighter one, to set under my eyes. Actually, let's go ahead and swatch these. Okay, these feel very, very soft. Very smooth. Okay, so here is the blur powder, which is the lighter one that I've been using. And then here's what they call the brightening powder. So this one has more of a tan undertone to it. Like, it's a very skin tone-like powder, and I feel like this wouldn't work for everyone. Yeah, that's definitely more of like a bronzer color than the blush and the bronzer. So there are those. Let's try the brightening powder on the rest of my face because I think I could get away with using it. Oh. That looks like I haven't shaved in weeks. So let's go back in with the other one that I've been using under my eyes. And let's, oh dear God. This is like Mustache Sally over here. This is not blending out. I can't buff it. It's like it's just adhering to the BB cream. Okay, the BB cream is very, very tacky. You know, I don't know if I like that anymore. It feels kind of heavy, feels a little tacky, and it's like it's just clinging to the powder, and it's not wanting to blend out or spread. Mustache now, baby. Okay, let's go over the actual bronzer now and try to bronze even more than what I already am. I will say I do not like the size of these two cheap products right here. They are way too small for a big brush. Just way too small. Like, why couldn't you make a bigger palette with all of them being this size? Like, it's just, where's your brain, people? Like, do you not put on makeup? Do you not know what it's like to have a big fluffy brush and a little tiny pan? Okay, this is not looking great. Like, I thought this would be so pretty. Okay, let's go in with the blush now. It's a really pretty shade. It's like a berry pink. Can't get my big old brush in there though. Actually, oh my god, I got another blush to talk about that I want to include. So we're gonna go ahead and finish off this side, and then on the other side use the other blush. Okay, so there's a blush. It's actually a really, really pretty color. It's a really pretty glow. It's very glowy, very sheeny, and very dewy looking. Maybe just the fact that it's so glowy will emphasize texture if you have a lot of acne or whatever. But I did go ahead and put on some of my eyeshadow on the lower lash line. So we're gonna go ahead and do some lower lash mascara. We're gonna jump back into the Hourglass mascara real quick, and then we're gonna go into the other blush product that I have. Now I will say I do like this for my bottom lashes. Do I like it to pay $30 for just my lower lashes? Absolutely not. So I have a Sigma blush. So I feel like Sigma has really died down for the past couple of years. Back in the day, the only PR that you ever saw was from Sigma. Like, they really started the whole social media PR advertising thing. They sent me this blush. This is the Aura Powder Blush in the shade Cora de Rosa. This is actually $19, which isn't too bad. It's not super, super high end. It's kind of more middle of the road. Heck, there's a lot of drugstore blushes and products that are almost $19 now. Here's what it looks like. It looks the exact same as it does in the pan when you swatch it. Like, it's just a really pretty matte, nude, like natural everyday pinky rose shade. So this is very pigmented, and you can go overboard with this really fast. But if you go very light-handed with it, it's a really, really pretty blush. It's a nice formula, but I'm not a big fan of matte blushes. I feel like they don't really blend and like mesh well with a super shimmery highlight. I know it doesn't mean that you can't wear a shimmery highlight just because you have a matte blush, but I just don't like the way they unify, because I feel like they don't really unify all that well. But to even myself up, I'm gonna go in with the Becca one and just top that off, because I feel like they are about the same tone, but we just need a little more glow on this side. I feel like this would be a really, really pretty blush, the Becca one, if you just applied a very light hand with it. And I feel like everything is just not coming together very nicely, because like when one thing goes downhill, everything else goes downhill and you can't really recover it. And I feel like the BB cream's really been messing everything up on top of the dark brightening powder. So I don't have any lip products. We're just gonna go full commando with the lips. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do a little quick recap and just do some final conclusions. I do see the potential in the Becca Be a Light palette, but I feel like the shades, like in the powders that are to be used to set your entire face, are very, very limited. It's okay, I will keep testing it. The Hourglass mascara is definitely not worth the price in my opinion. I've tried way better mascaras for under like $5 or $10, so I feel like this is just, it's good, it's not bad, it's not the worst, but I look for more. Smashbox BB cream kind of disappointed me, peeps. It didn't really perform the way I remembered it. I remember loving this stuff and being able to build it up to full coverage. That was not the case today, but even the setting powder just wanted to cling to it because it was so tacky, and I just don't like that. So I would say this is a pass. Smashbox Primer Water isn't bad, but we're at a place in the beauty community, in the beauty market, where there are so many primer waters now. Like, I have one from Kokie that I'm still testing out. This is the Kokie Get Ready Makeup Priming Spray, and this one seems to be working pretty well. But actually, let's go ahead and use this as a setting spray as well. But let's see how that sets. It's not bad. I don't really think it's $32 worth. The Sigma blush is very pretty if you like matte blushes. I really, really like this shade, especially for everyday, but it's just not my cup of tea. The Fendi stick, hard no. Hard no. The Anastasia waterproof cream color is good. I do like this, and I will continue to use it. I have had it for a while, so obviously I'm going to use it. But the fact that it dries out really fast is kind of what makes me leery to recommend this, because it doesn't have a very long shelf life. The Saturday Skin Moisturizer is definitely something I will have to continue to use. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated. You may see some of these products in a monthly MVPs or something, but if not, then that just means it's just kind of fallen off the face of the earth, and I don't really use them that much anymore. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because why not? It's free, it's easy, just do it. And then also hit the notification bell to be notified of all my videos so that you never miss one, because what's the point of subscribing and being on YouTube if you don't want to actually see the person's videos? And then when you do that, make sure you comment below #party people to let me know you're part of my party people squad, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah.